Alright, we are back with some more F1 racing, my career. This is F1 2017. Great game, great game. Codemaster did really well. So, let's jump in here and do some racing. Right now we are at the top of the board in points, but that last race didn't go too well, so I think we finished 18th or 19th. I knocked front wing off of it, bent the wheel a little bit. Wasn't a good race.
And a warm welcome to you from Azadlik Square, heart of Baku and home, of course, to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. With high speeds, tight corners and few runoff zones, many are expecting a safety car here today, so our drivers will have to stay very much on their toes and hopefully away from the barriers.
Are you kidding me?
With 20 turns and a length of 3.7 miles, Baku City Circuit in the heart of the Azerbaijan capital is a real test of a driver's endurance, patience and precision. 90-degree corners through Sector 1 lead into a tightening uphill sprint as we start to circle around the old city. Then a 1.4-mile chase flat out through Sector 3 towards the finish line. Anthony Davidson joins me today as we look ahead to something just a little bit different. It's quite high speed for a street circuit here, isn't it? Do you think that's going to throw up any unexpected situations?
Well, as long as the teams can keep everything cool, I don't foresee any particular big issues from a technical side of things. I do expect the track to be quite slippery though. We've not exactly had much chance to rubber in the surface. Any street circuit also comes with its own challenges, so I think we'll be seeing a few mistakes here and there. The smart strategy would be to expect a safety car, I think, especially early on when the pack is bunched up.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. It's Red Bull in pole position then, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid we have Bottas, Vettel, Kimi Raikkonen and Perez, Ricciardo, Ocon, Grosjean and Nico Hülkenberg, Sainz, Stroll, Kevin Magnussen and Kvyat, Palmer, Alonso, Stoffel van Dorn and Pascal Wehrlein. Massa and Marcus Ericsson rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Right, let's be patient going into turn 1. We want to be in a good position for the rest of the race. Good luck. We're not seeing any technical issues coming off the practice start. Watch the RPM on a full start. We don't want to bog down. Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid has formed. Be ready with the clutch.
Valtteri Bottas won to watch this year after replacing reigning world champion Nico Rosberg. Rookie Lance Stroll managed himself to lead the Williams this season after Bottas switched to Mercedes. Going into the 2017 season, Lewis Hamilton held 63 pole positions, bested only by Senna in 5 pole position matches in 68.
That start was okay, now stay alert for threats around you. You've knocked the front wing. The damage only looks minor, but you'll need to take it easy to avoid making the problem worse. Approaching the pit window, you'll be on the softs. considering switching to an alternate strategy? Do you want to change or stick to plan A? Copy. Pit window is open. The pit window is open.
Man, it gets so close. Too much downforce on.
Okay, remember to pit this lap. Then some information on Verline. They're retiring from the race.
Well, that could have been bad if he'd have pushed the issue.
We think there's a viable strategy change available to us. Would you like to keep to the current plan or try the new one? Okay, you have a fair bit of damage to the front wing. It will affect performance. Damaged front wing will affect performance.
Change strategy.
Copy that.
Pit stop information.
Only one stop to go. One stop left in this strategy.
Forgot about that wing. Felt it when I hit that turn. More updates.
Understood, copy that.
Fastest overall.
The fastest lap at this point in time is a 1 minute 51.0.
Box this lap.
Right, coming at the end of this lap.
Full race update.
You're leading the pack. P1. Hamilton is behind you. Our gap behind is 8.2 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Your pit window is open. Pit window is open. 6 laps to go.
Who am I racing?
The drivers we're racing are Hamilton and Vettel. The gap to the car behind is 9.1 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pit. He's gonna pass me.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining. complete. Go now. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Damn, boy, 11th.
We're not going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix 2 soon.
Let's just do something, guys. I think I'm starting to get the hang of this. As I almost wrecked. Okay, some information on Perez. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car. There's 4 laps of fuel remaining. Give me room, I'm gonna make room there. Fuel information.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining. We are on target for fuel. On target.
We locked that brake up. Full race up there.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap. Couldn't receive that. Repeat the message.
Full race up there. Full race up there.
You have P5. P5. Daniel is ahead of you. Our gap to the car in front is 3.7 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Perez is behind you. The gap behind us is 3.8 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They seem to have an issue. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Just 3 laps to go now. 3 laps. Okay, gap ahead is 1.6 seconds.
Fuel.
Repeat that. There's interference. Okay, copy that. Some information on Ocon. They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow.
Fuel information.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining. We're looking good for fuel. We're hitting our target fuel consumption.
See if he's gonna let me by though.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Driving on wheels, I'm just left, right, shit. Ah, come on.
We're seeing minor damage to the front wing. Be easy on the car till we get it repaired. We don't want to risk making this worse. Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage.
This is where I catch everybody, right? Excuse me. Right, I guess.
Can't complain about that one. That was an excellent drive.
Third. Man, that was tough. The track is really tough.
So, another fantastic victory for the Silver Arrows. So, Ant, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
Well, I think the track conditions just really suited their car today. Wind, track temperature, you name it. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature. So the more easily you can keep them there, the better your race tends to go. And that's exactly what happened. Their car just looks so comfortable out there.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to collect their trophies. It's yet more silverware to take back to their base in Brackley after another excellent Grand Prix. And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. It wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Well, it's got to be Felipe Massa, hasn't it? He fought so hard and had incredible pace at times. I don't think anyone did a better job today.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. It was a tough race for our championship leaders who lose ground at the top of the table. Meanwhile, Renault move up the table with another strong performance this weekend. That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye and see you again next time. morning, welcome to the Red Bull Ring. Let's join the action trackside as the cars are about to appear for today's practice session. A warm welcome once again to the man standing beside me in the commentary box for this session, Anthony Davidson. Hello, Ant. Excited to get underway?
Yeah, absolutely. I always look forward to seeing the cars get out there on track. They probably won't be on the limit immediately, of course. We know that one or two of the teams are looking to do some work on new aerodynamic packages, so that always takes some time to get into. But it'll be really interesting to see later on in the session what kind of performance gains are there to be found.
As all the cars are now over the line, your top three again are Bottas, Vettel,
Hi, how are you? I'm just passing on your qualifying goals for this weekend.
Thanks for joining us on this Saturday afternoon where qualifying is about to start here in Austria. So sit back and enjoy the afternoon session. So then, Ant, it's another Grand Prix weekend, another exciting qualifying session ahead of us. What are you going to be looking out for over the next few minutes?
The first question's going to be who can avoid making mistakes. There isn't much margin for error in qualifying, and you have to bear in mind that the track conditions may have changed since practice, particularly as we've had a few support races in the meantime. If the brake bias settings, for example, don't take this into account, it's extremely easy to lock up a front wheel and cause a flat spot. Just like that, your lap's ruined, and you've wasted a set of tyres to boot.
So qualifying is complete and we're all set for an exciting race tomorrow. Your top 3 are a Red Bull, Vettel and Lewis Hamilton. It's time to leave for now, but we'll be back tomorrow when the Grand Prix itself gets underway.
Hi, guess who? I've seen the team's expectations for the race, so I thought I'd pass them on and wish you luck. Take care.
Austria, traditional home of many great things. Apple strudel, Mozart, Niki Lauda, oh, and of course, one of the finest high-speed racetracks on the planet. We're right in the thick of the season now, and the championship battle is hotting up. But if there's any race that stands to rip up the form book, it's this one. The Red Bull Ring then, 700 metres above sea level. This tough circuit may only have 9 corners, but they're fast and they're bumpy. It's a true test for any racing driver. We have 2 DRS zones and watch out for overtakes into turn 2 as the uphill entry helps those trying to be the last of the late breakers steam up the inside. Anthony Davidson joins me to talk you through the action here today at what is quite an unusual racetrack, wouldn't you say, Ant?
Yeah, it's quite an odd layout around here. The thing about Austria is that it's a harder circuit to master than what really meets the eye. On top of that, it's a low grip surface, and that means that your small mistakes end up being punished, and it's very easy to slide wide into the runoff area and lose a huge chunk of time. Luckily, because it's such a short circuit though, you have plenty of opportunities to perfect the lap.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. It's Red Bull in pole position then, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid we have Hamilton, Bottas, Sergio Perez, and Raikkonen, Ricciardo, Massa, Ocon, and Roman Grosjean. Hülkenberg, Magnussen, Jolyon Palmer, and Stroll, Kvyat, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, and Pascal Wehrlein. Ericsson and Stoffel van Dorn completes the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Okay, the run into turn 1 isn't too long, so the pack will be bunched up. Take care.